Microphone 4.
I just wondered if you could speak a little bit about the Feeding the Roots for Leadership campaign and how the money actually will be used over time. I'm finding a little confusion of messages. I was in Glenn Schoonover's workshop in the first session, and he made a comment about it not being an endowment process, and then, so I was under the impression it was. If you could talk about how this 3-year campaign is part of the strategy for longer-term vitality for these ministries. Does my question make sense?
It does make sense, and I'm just surprised that Glenn and I are on the same page, so I'm a little nervous. There is a booklet, and what would be probably more helpful than me talking off the top of my head is to refer back to the booklet. My understanding is that it will do some endowment, and we're also hoping to shove some of that direct to campus ministries, but it may be that they can use some of that as endowment as well. But some of it has been earmarked direct for their service right now, too, because of the changes in cuts. The other thing is you need to remember that the changes in campus ministry funding have happened since we made the case for Feed the Roots a year and a half ago. So there may need to be some shifts to accommodate some changes in the way that it will be used. But campus ministries would be involved in how that will get shared in the end.
I was just trying to figure out, not just for campus ministry, but for all 3.
It's different for the others. The ones for the camps is not endowment money. Okay. As far as we're concerned, that money, once we get camp and seminary money, much of that will go direct, especially to the camps, because that's mostly for capital projects, right, not for endowed ministry, ongoing ministry. The campus ministries are a little different than that. And our hope was that we would have enough that we could actually give each of them a bump, but also then have some that might create some endowment so we can continue to pay if our mission support continues to decline.
And then the seminary scholarships, is that actually endow a scholarship?
We have actually 2 different categories of seminary, 3 different categories of seminary scholarships. A lot depends on how much money you all give. So you just keep listening to all these needs and just get generous. The first is to work with, because someone designated it, the Fund for Leaders is one of the places. And so that is an ELCA program, and the money is held will be forwarded to the ELCA, and scholarships are awarded by them to students in our Synod. So that is one category. The other category is Philadelphia Seminary itself, because that's the seminary that we relate to. And at least one gift we're aware of has been given to the seminary, and that will be counted as part of the campaign, but it will endow a scholarship there for somebody to go to Philadelphia Seminary. And it will come to an upstate New York student as long as there's one available for there. The third category is a much smaller amount, but one that we wanted to make available if we get enough of what we're hoping for, and that is to share some of what we are receiving with our brothers and sisters in Zimbabwe and Zambia, because we have been helping with scholarships for leaders there to be trained, and so we were hoping to be able to give that a bump as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.